Hi, I hope everyone's doing well. I just wanted to show you guys some of the directions for what you're going to be working on this week. You have your project that we're starting that I mentioned on Friday. And with this project, you're going to have 100 points that you can earn all together. And you can go over 100 points if you want to, but each of these different activities is worth a certain number of points, and you can choose which ones you find to be the most interesting or that you think that you would enjoy the most, and then those are the ones that you can do. So I'm going to go through these here. The first one is a battle timeline. And so you're going to take these battles that I've listed for you and you're going to put them in chronological order. You can use different websites to do this, or if you want to do it on a piece of paper or on a poster board, you can, and just take a picture of the image and put it up here. But for anything, I do not want anybody to have to go to the store or purchase anything. I want you to only use the things that you have at home. Included with the battle timeline, you need to put what theater it is. So is it in Africa, the European theater, or in the Pacific? And in my lesson on the United States entering World War II, I have the explanations for the theaters there. And then you need to give the dates of the battles, the outcome, so what happened in the end and why was it important. So you're going to include all of these. This is a pretty big one, so it's worth 75 points. Map completion. So you can find maps of the Pacific Theater or, European Theater online, and you can use any of those maps to draw and label a map of Europe or a map of the Pacific during World War II, and those are worth 15 points. An independent study of the Holocaust. So with this, you can learn about different people's lives during this time period. You're going to write diary entries during the Holocaust. This can be from the perspective of a person being persecuted. It can be a person who is learning about what's going on in their country. So let's say you're a German person or someone living in Europe and you're just finding out about the Holocaust. Talk about your thoughts and feelings, anything that comes to mind. You can be one of the people known as the righteous among nations. And these are people, I have a link here, these are people who helped people during the Holocaust to not get captured. Anybody that you want to choose. It can be a politician, it can be a famous person, you can make up a person, it's up to you. Each journal entry has to be at least a paragraph. And you can type this in Google Docs, or if you want to write it on paper, you can, whatever you would like to do. Don't forget to follow the class rules for writing for any of the assignments that you choose. World War II social media. So this one I think you'll have a little fun with. You're going to create a photo album of your life during the war. You may be any person during this time period. A soldier, a woman working in a factory, a child, a political leader, anybody that you would like to be. And you're going to document your life in an album of at least 10 pictures, and you're going to put a caption on each photo. So think about this like you would an Instagram post that you would put online. And you can do video clips if you want. I know a lot of y'all probably do video clips with your social media, so you should be familiar with that. And you'll just submit them through Canvas. You'll have the ability to upload files. This next part, that one is worth 30 points. This next part is worth 75. So here's another one that's pretty big. You're going to create a PowerPoint or Google slide presentation on something that you find interesting. And here I have several topics that you can choose from. But if you have another topic that's interesting to you, then just run it by me and I can sign off on it. This presentation should have at least 10 slides and 4 facts per slide. And it should be in your own words, include relevant images on each slide. After the 10 slides of information, then I want you to include a works cited slide with at least 4 sources. So you shouldn't get all of your information from the same thing. You have to use 4 different sources. Don't use Wikipedia, and Google's not considered a source. So Google would be a search engine that would help you find a source, but you're not going to use Google as one of your sources. And then after that, then I want you to write at least 2 sentences about what you learned from that website. Okay, position paper. This is worth 50 points. You're going to choose a side on one of the following questions. The first question is, should the bombs have been dropped on Japan, or should the Allies have invaded by land? The second, should the United States have entered the war earlier than December of 1941? And then the third, if the United States joined the League of Nations after World War I, would World War II have occurred? So y'all should all remember learning about the League of Nations and World War I a few weeks ago. This has to be a page and a half typed in Google Docs, 12-point font, double-spaced. And if you write this by hand, then it should be 2 pages. And then for 50 points, music of the war, you're going to write a song that you think could have been inspired by the war. You're going to record the song and upload it into Canvas. And this should be at least a minute and a half. It must include events or people of the time period and should be accurate. And I want to see some vocabulary words that you either see in your readings, your assignments, or in the PowerPoints that I put up. If you don't want to sing, that's totally fine. Then you can play music that you record and display the lyrics. All right, and looks like I was about to put something else there. There we go. All right, please let me know if you have any questions.